We're going to show you some masked men that patrol Seattle looking for crime. They say they're part of a growing nationwide movement aimed at making the streets safer. But are they for real? We're going to talk to three of the so-called real-life superheroes in just a moment. But first, Neil Karlinski takes a closer look.
Superman can fly. Batman has his gadgets.
Where is he?
Spider-Man has his webs and super sharp senses.
That's Spider-Man.
And then there's Phoenix Jones, Red Dragon, and Buster Doe, self-proclaimed real-life superheroes with no actual powers, but pretty snazzy outfits and endless enthusiasm.
I'm definitely not going to let my fellow citizens be assaulted when I can say no.
They patrol the not-so-mean streets of Seattle, allegedly breaking up crime when they see it.
Stay back. Stay away. I don't want to have to tase you.
On this night, Phoenix zaps off a warning shot with his taser during a very tense run-in with a man he says is about to drive drunk.
Hey. You back up.
His cohorts call police.
I know who you guys are. I know what you're doing. Fine.
Yeah.
Is somebody drunk? All of a sudden having people in the face with masks on it?
It is a weirdly close imitation of the movie Kick-Ass.
You want to go fight some crime?
About people dressing up as superheroes and taking on crime fighting. Phoenix says he has a real 9-to-5 job, a wife and kids. He says the outfit, which includes a bulletproof vest, has a purpose.
Surprisingly enough, the easiest thing to hide bulletproofing under and be recognizable for police so I don't get shot is a super suit.
And he stresses that his real mission is to help people, including handing out food to the homeless. Police are perplexed, worried the group will turn into vigilantes, and skeptical that they've ever actually stopped any crime.
Our concern is if it goes badly, then we end up getting called anyway, and we may have additional victims.
But Phoenix and his crafty gang of wannabe heroes don't plan to give up.
You got it? Thank you. All right. Hi, brother. Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah.
They have plenty of fans, and they don't care what you think of their outfits. For Good Morning America, Neil Karlinski, ABC News, Seattle.
And joining us now live, Phoenix Jones, Red Dragon, and Buster Doe. Not their real names, of course. They're in costume incognito to hide their real identities. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us this morning. And let me start with you, Phoenix Jones. I know there's 10 in all in this group, and you call yourselves the Rain City Superheroes. And the question many people want to know, Phoenix, why? Why are you doing this?
I guess it's a pretty simple message. It's just that citizens need to be more accountable. Calling 911 is a great start, but it's not the end-all to end-all. It's sort of waving a white flag and saying if the police aren't here, criminals feel free to just run wild in my city, and I'm not going to stand for it.
It's understandable what you just said, and that's great that you want to help, but why do you feel the need to do it in those outfits?
Well, I think it's a couple. I think it's a couple things. One, if you fight crime without the outfit, the police don't know who to look for. They don't know who's bad and who's good and who's doing what. This is a very noticeable outfit. And the second thing is it's a symbol. It tells people and drug dealers and criminals and anyone else that when you see this outfit and these group of people, we stand for a message. And the message is that we're against violence and we're against crimes that you're trying to do.
Right. And you have people that support what you're doing, and the police are a little bit on the fence about how effective that you've been able to be. And Red Dragon, never thought I'd say that. Red Dragon, I know that you have a wooden sword that you carry. You don't have guns. You do carry what, pepper spray and things like that, but no guns. Do you think that when someone sees you at 3 o'clock in the morning, say, with a sword, that they think that you're asking for trouble and not really there to help, but causing trouble?
Actually, for the most part, I haven't even had to even pull this off of my belt. Most people don't even really notice it, especially at 3 o'clock in the morning. Usually the people that are out at 3 o'clock in the morning are just the people we're looking for. A lot of times it's the people that we roll up on are usually either drunk or they're all drugged up, or they're dealing drugs on the corner, depending on where we are. But for the most part, if you approach somebody with the right attitude, they're not really going to escalate things up. For the most part, they'll just leave you alone, or they'll have a conversation with you and walk away.
Well, let me ask you guys this too, Buster. Why not become a police officer? If you want to help, why not go about it that way? Why this way?
Well, this is a transition. I definitely look into something in that category in the future, but as far as right now, this is what I'm doing.
And tell me, guys...
I think to elaborate on that...
Please, Phoenix, yes.
Yeah, I think to elaborate on that, the police need probable cause to do certain things. Whereas being a citizen, I don't need probable cause. And I'm actually walking probable cause for police. We want to have a great relationship with police, and we also want to help them as much as possible. When police see me talking to a person that I assume is selling drugs, it gives them probable cause to intervene and talk because they know Phoenix Jones has a history of escalating situations, or Phoenix Jones has a history of this. So if he searches both of us and finds drugs on that person, it takes one drug dealer off the street and it gave the police probable cause. So in a weird way, we actually help the police. Not having us would be harder for them to do their job if they were to use our assistance.
That's a little debatable. I mean, when we talk to the police, I know your intentions are good and all that, but police are not quite sure how effective it can be. Do you guys get dressed at home? I mean, do you have families? I mean, what do you say to your loved ones and your kids if you have any?
I do. I have 2 kids, and you know, I always tell them the same thing every time before I go on patrol. I tell them, this is the only thing Daddy could think of to make the world better for you guys, and I'll see you when I get home.
And the reason for you guys to hide your identities, what's behind that?
Just what you said, our families. Originally, when I started breaking up bar fights and doing things like that, I had no outfit or moniker or symbol, and people started recognizing me in my everyday life, and it got kind of dangerous and very uncomfortable. This suit is what people recognize, and when I take the suit off, I'm able to live as close to a normal life as possible, and until I put it back on and ready to defend the people of Seattle.
Well, Phoenix Jones, Red Dragon, Buster Doe, thank you very much. We appreciate you joining us this morning. Wish you all the best and stay safe. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
We'll try.
I know. And tell us what you think about these Cape Crusaders. Go to our shout-out board at abcnews.com/GMA and be sure to weigh in. Plus, see photos of other real-life superheroes.